A number of high-profile names in the 2025-26 season have decided that the time is right to bring their careers to an end. Between them, they've lifted major trophies, won World Cups and European honors, and delivered countless moments in some of the biggest leagues in world football. Many have been leaders, others creative forces or defensive pillars, but all have left a lasting mark on the game. With that in mind, here are the biggest names to retire in 2026.
At 35, Aaron Ramsey brought the curtain down on a career that started in one of the worst ways possible. After securing a move to Arsenal from hometown team Cardiff, Ramsey suffered a double leg break in February 2010 after a tackle from Stoke City defender Ryan Shawcross. Initially, the Gunners didn't put a time on the Welshman's recovery, but he found himself back on the pitch later that year. Ramsey went on to spend 11 years at Arsenal, winning 3 FA Cups. He was also a key player for Wales, who made it all the way to the semi-finals of Euro 2016. He departed Arsenal and joined Juventus in 2019, where he was paid £400,000 per week, making him the highest-paid British player at the time. After a short loan spell at Rangers and a season in France with Nice, Ramsey went home to Cardiff in 2023, where many presumed he'd finish his career. But after 2 years back in the Welsh capital, Ramsey packed his bags for the other side of the world and spent the final months of his playing days in Mexico with Pumas UNM, confirming his retirement in April 2026.
Diego Costa was one of those strikers that no defender looked forward to playing against. At his peak, Costa had pace and strength in abundance, and the finishing ability to go with it. But it was his style of play that got under everyone's skin. Some might say dirty tactics, others would say gamesmanship, but Costa was a master of frustrating his opponents, with many often being booked for reacting in the exact way he wanted. Despite starting his professional career in 2006, Costa didn't put himself in the spotlight until the 2012-13 season, when he formed a formidable partnership with Atletico Madrid teammate Radamel Falcao. Costa was the subject of a bid from Liverpool at the end of that same season, who apparently matched his release clause the year before his £32 million move to Chelsea a year later. It was there that Costa's gamesmanship and ability was on full display. Costa scored 52 Premier League goals and had a number of notable incidents with a host of players in just 3 seasons at Chelsea. After returning to Atletico, he spent time in Brazil before a surprise return to the Premier League 5 years later with Wolves, but he managed just 1 goal. Costa played his last professional match in 2024, but it wasn't until earlier this year when he appeared on a podcast that he confirmed his retirement.
Oscar has found success in a totally different way during his career. With an estimated net worth nearing £100 million, the Brazilian is one of the richest figures in football. At just 25 years old, he was at the peak of his powers at Chelsea, helping them to 2 Premier League titles, but China beckoned. Oscar moved to Shanghai Port in 2016 for £60 million, joining fellow Brazilian Hulk at the club. He was the highest-paid footballer in the world at the time of his signing, but the Chinese spending was eventually curbed by their government in 2017, when they imposed a 100% tax penalty for any foreign player clubs purchased. But in 2019, he signed a perfectly timed contract extension with Shanghai just before a salary cap was introduced. Oscar spent 7 years in China, earning a reported £400,000 per week before he ended his career back home in Brazil. He'd have likely played on for longer, but a heart condition which led to him collapsing and requiring CPR in a training session forced him to opt for retirement. Ashley Young brought the curtain down on an exceptional 23-year career in May, retiring at the age of 40 after a final season with Ipswich Town in the Championship. Beginning at Watford, Young went on to establish himself as one of the Premier League's most exciting wingers during spells with Aston Villa and Manchester United, before successfully reinventing himself as a fullback leader in his career, earning a recall to the England squad as a result. His trophy haul included a Premier League title, FA Cup, and Europa League with Manchester United, as well as a Serie A crown with Inter Milan, where he's one of only 3 Englishmen to capture the Italian title. The former England international earned 39 caps and made more than 750 club appearances before announcing his retirement.
The streets won't forget Dimitri Payet. The Frenchman set the Premier League alight for West Ham, scoring free kick after free kick. It only turned out to be a short spell in East London, though. as he departed for his former club Marseille within just 18 months due to feeling homesick. His most famous strike came in the Europa Conference League against PAOK in 2022. As he stood on the edge of the box, the corner was floated his way, taking it on the full and rifling it into the top corner. Add this to his free kicks against Crystal Palace and Manchester United, and his sublime solo goal against Middlesbrough, and you have a player who possesses one of the finest goal catalogs in world football. Payet called time on his career with Vasco da Gama in Brazil after over 20 years spent playing as a professional. Despite featuring regularly for France since 2010, including a starring role in their Euro 2016 campaign, he sustained an injury that kept him out of the side that went on to win the World Cup in Russia, meaning that Payet retired without a major trophy to his name.
As much as Kasper Schmeichel has represented a number of clubs across England, Scotland, Wales, France, and Belgium, there's one club he is most associated with: Leicester City. The Danish international played 479 times for the Foxes in over 11 years spent in the Midlands. It was there that he, along with his Leicester teammates, overcame odds of 5,000 to 1 to win the 2015-16 Premier League title. It was the first major trophy in Schmeichel's career, and he'd follow it up with an FA Cup victory over Chelsea 5 years later. Since then, Schmeichel has tasted league success twice more with Celtic, the team he concluded his playing days with. He was due to stay a further season in Glasgow, but decided to retire after a shoulder injury was forecast to keep him out for a year anyway.
Mr. Longevity himself. No player in Premier League history has made more appearances in the competition than James Milner. With 658 to his name, no active player comes close to that figure, so it'll be a while before anyone gets a sniff of breaking it. Milner began his professional career as a winger with his hometown club Leeds United. He went on to represent Newcastle, Aston Villa, Manchester City, Liverpool, and Brighton across 24 seasons in the Premier League, where he transformed himself from a winger to a central midfielder and then spent time playing at fullback for both Liverpool and Brighton. Milner represented England 131 times overall, from the under-16s all the way up to senior level. The bulk of his success came with City and Liverpool, claiming 7 domestic titles. That included 3 Premier League crowns, in addition to the 2018-19 Champions League with Liverpool. Spaniard Cesar Azpilicueta enjoyed the bulk of his playing days at Chelsea, where he was better known by fans and teammates alike as Dave. He played over 500 matches, won the Premier League twice, and captained the Blues to Champions League glory in the 2020-21 season. Despite being happy and loyal at Marseille, Azpilicueta moved from the south of France to London to help Marseille's financial situation. After leaving Chelsea, he went back home to Spain, firstly with Athletic Madrid and then Sevilla. It was with Sevilla where he decided to hang up his boots, calling it a day on the 22nd of May, the day before he played his final match as a professional.
If you guys enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you could like and subscribe. It helps me immensely to prepare for the next quality content. Thank you always for your support.
Shoo!